Hello dear friends, once again welcome to my class. We are present here with a new lesson, voice change. So what is voice change? What is voice? Why should we learn voice? What are the uses of voice? What are the kinds of voice? There are many questions. When we go to express ourselves in English, we face trouble, we face difficulty, we have limitation there, and again we cannot speak in English clearly and confidently. If you want to speak in English confidently, then come to me. When you come to me, you must subscribe the YouTube channel so that you can learn here voice change and use active and passive voice in your own tense, in your own sentence. If we do not find what are the uses of active and passive voice, then how can we use in our own sentence? That is, spoken English is also very easy. If you can use all the tenses correctly and all the voice, that is active, passive and passive voice in your own sentence. So my question is, why do we learn active and passive voice? The first answer, my answer, this is my answer, I will answer you. We must beautify our language. To beautify our language, we must learn active and passive voice. And you know, there are some limitation of active voice. We cannot use same sentence to express ourselves everywhere. We need some another sentences. The sentences are in passive voice. So there is the use of passive voice. I will be showing you some sentences, and in the sentences you will find what are their uses. Okay, look at the board. What is voice? Often you are asked, what is voice? Voice is the tone that is our own voice. It may be rough voice, or it may be soft voice, gentle voice. But this is not the voice change in our grammar. Voice change is the change of form of the verb, that is active form and passive form. This is voice. Okay, so we have come to know what are the kinds of voice. There are two kinds of voices, active voice and passive voice. At the same time, you will find quasi-passive voice. One by one, I will be giving you all this information. At the same time, often you are asked, what are the rules of voice change? What are the 3 R's in voice change? At the same time, my question is, what is I, C and P? I, C, P, what are these in voice change? We will be discussing one by one. Okay, so what are the kinds of voice change we have learned? This is active voice and passive voice. Now look at my sentences. I will be showing you we take lunch at 12 o'clock. We take lunch. We, this is subject, and take, this is verb, and lunch object. Remember this. We take lunch, and at 12 o'clock leave this one. Now come to we take lunch. This is the subject is we, Okay, so the subject is active. This is active voice. And when we change the place of subject and verb, look here, lunch is taken by us at 12 o'clock. What happened? What happens? Look, lunch has become the subject here. Again, is taken, this is the verb, and by us, then object. That is, object becomes subject and subjects become object. That is, it is active voice. We can write here active voice, and we can write here passive voice. Remember this, when the subject is active, it is active voice. When the subject is not active, it is passive voice. That is, subject has become object of the sentence. Look at the three sentences. Tom plays cricket. Tom plays cricket. The verb is indefinite tense. That is present indefinite tense. I can write here present indefinite tense. So what is the change here? Look at this passive form. Cricket is played by Tom. Okay, is played. If I write this one played, if I write, it will be number 2. Tom played cricket. Look here, it is played. When I write plays is played, then it will be was played. Am I right? That is, cricket was played by Tom. Again I can change plays to will play or shall play. This is present indefinite, this is past indefinite. Again I can write Tom will play cricket. Okay, look at my sentence. Tom will play cricket. Cricket will be played by Tom. So will be played. I have discussed one rule. I have told you 3 hours. Here I have discussed one rule, that is indefinite tense. When I write indefinite tense, that time I have used the rule is be verb plus V3. So what is V3? V3, it is the past participle form of the principal verb. Remember this, V3 means past participle form the verb. Okay, we have discussed this rule, that is be verb according to be subject, am is are, and when it is past tense it will be was were, and when will be future tense it will be or shall be. After this V3, that is the third form of the verb, is important. Remember, this is most important when you are going to learn active and passive voice. Okay, after this we will be discussing another form. What is another form? Look at my sentences again. Tom is playing cricket. Tom is playing cricket. Is playing. As usual, you have come to know this is present continuous tense. When I was discussing all about tense in my previous classes, that time I have told you present continuous tense, be verb and ing with the principal verb. So Tom is playing cricket. What will be its passive form? According to the rule, it will be cricket. When there is already be verb, so we must write is. And after this, according to voice change, there will be another be verb. As it is continuous tense, so I will write being. Cricket will being. And after this, the third form of the principal verb, played by Tom. So what is the rule here? Is being played. After this, come to the second sentence. Tom was playing. When I write is playing and again was playing, so I will change this form. Cricket was being played by Tom. Okay, look at this. This is past continuous. Remember, this is the continuous form, and here you can ask what will be the future continuous. Remember, there is no form, there is no passive form of future continuous tense. Look here how easy it is. Only two tenses, that is present tense and future past tense, they have only passive form in continuous tense. Future continuous tense has no passive form. How simple is it? How simple? Okay. After this, we have come to know rule of voice change, that is rule 2. What is rule 2? That is continuous tense. This is, I can say, rule 2, and it is continuous tense. Continuous tense. So rule 2, R2, that is 3 R's. Remember, so rule 2, what is rule 2 here in continuous tense? I have used be verb, after this being, after this V3, according to subject, am, is, are, was, were, and then being, and then past participle form of the verb. Now look at the other sentences. Come, very easy all these are. Tom has played cricket. Tom has played cricket. Has played, present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. So what will be the passive form? Cricket has been played by Tom. has been played. I have added only been. Earlier we have, in the previous sentence we have has, so we have used has. After this there is played, we have used played, because this is the third form. Already perfect tense also there will be third form, and we have only added been. So how simple is it? Look, earlier you have found it is very difficult, but right now it is very easy. Number 2, Tom had played cricket. Cricket had been played by Tom. Number 3, Tom will have played cricket. So what will be the passive form? Cricket will have been played by Tom. So here will have been played and here had been played. So what are the problem here? I think these are the most important thing all about passive form of any tense, of any verb. So present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense. Whatever I have used, I will be writing as rule 3. Look at this. Rule 3. What is the rule 3? That is perfect tense. So I have written have, that is have verb. It may be have or has or had. And after this I have written been, then V3. I think there is no difficulty. When it is present tense, have or has. When it is past tense, it is had. When it is future tense, will or shall have. And same thing, it is always been and it is always third form of the verb. So these are the 3 R's in voice change. I have discussed all about voice change. That is only 3 rules in voice change. If you can remember this. What are the 3 rules? These are I, C and P. I see. I have at first I have asked you what are the 3 R's or what is ICP in voice change. Now this is indefinite or simple. Simple present, simple future, simple past. At the same time present continuous and past continuous. And then we have come to know present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. Okay, all these are the ICP, that is 3 rules in voice change. If you can learn all this, I assure you can use passive form of verb everywhere. That is, you can speak in English. So let's start. Talk with your friend. Don't worry, I am here. So these are the rules of voice change I have discussed. What are the uses of voice change? When I will write before this I will ask you, how are you called, or what do your friends and parents call you fondly? That is, I am called Gautam. He is called Basov. Gandhiji is fondly called Bapu. Okay, so these are the uses when we cannot use active form of verb. At the same time, I have talked about lunch. When do you take lunch? we can write lunch is taken at 12 o'clock. What is taken at lunch? Rice is taken at lunch. Okay, look here, rice is very important. So look at this sentence. Rice is taken at lunch. Who is called Bapu? This is assertive sentence. Sometimes students ask me what will be the uses of sentences according to the passive, active and passive form, and what are the active and passive form of every kinds of sentences. Every kinds of sentence, that is assertive sentence, interrogative sentence. Then number 3, imperative sentence. When I say do it, this is imperative sentence, do it. And what will be its passive form? Let it be done. Remember, so be done, this is passive form. When the imperative sentence is do it, I can write it as passive, let it be done. So these are the uses of passive voice. Again, number 4, may you be blessed. Look here, may God bless you. When I write may God bless you, that is may you be blessed, this is passive form. Again, number 5, what a picture you have drawn, what a nice picture you have drawn. I can use it in passive form. What a nice picture has been drawn by you. Note of exclamation. So assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, optative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. I have given you all these are the 5 kinds of sentences according to their functions. Now there are 3 sentences according to structure. So look at their passive form. Passive form of other 3 kinds of sentences, that is simple. Number 6, Michael sings a song. This is active form. Active form of simple sentence. So what will be the passive form? A song is sung by Michael. Is sung. This is assertive simple sentence, and I have given you the passive form. A song is sung by Michael. When I write a compound sentence, there will be 2 parts. So look at this sentence. We can write Tom writes a story, but Michael sings a song. So these are the 2 parts, and this is compound sentence. I can write here compound sentence. This is simple sentence, this is compound sentence. So what will be the passive form? The passive form is a story is written. A story is written by Tom, but a song is sung by Michael. So remember, is written and is sung. This is passive form. Complex sentence. Complex sentence, there will be two clauses. In my earlier classes we have discussed what are the clauses, and look at this sentence. This is a complex sentence number 8. People know that the sun is hot. This is active form of the verb. People know. This is a part, and again another part, that the sun is hot. This is other part. So this is a complex sentence because this part depends on this part. The second part depends on the first part. Okay. So this is complex sentence. So what will be the passive form? When people know, we can write, we can use introductory it, that is, it is known. After known, no verb, we cannot use by, we can use to. It is known to people. I have put this part within brackets because we will know. So I can omit an agent, omit by agent here. It is known after this that the sun is hot. Okay, this is passive form of the verb. In this way, we can use different tenses and different sentences in passive form. Whenever we are using our own language, own word in sentences, we must know how to use correct active and passive form. Now I will be showing you two most interesting thing. Look at these two most interesting things. Birds fly. Again, I fly a kite. Look at this verb fly, and here also fly. Both are same verb. But this verb, we cannot put this verb into passive form. But this verb, we can put this verb into passive form. Why? Because this has no object, but it has object. So this type of verb is called transitive verb. In my previous classes, I have discussed what is transitive verb and what is intransitive verb. Intransitive verb takes no object, but transitive verb takes object. So this is possible here. We can change the passive form. A kite is flown by me. Me, that is subject I, and its objective form is pronoun. Remember, pronoun, they will take different form as subject and object, and I have also discussed this one in my previous classes. Subject I becomes object me. Okay, and every time I am using by, you have not asked me why I am using by. By is the bodyguard of the object me, that is, I am afraid when I become object, that is, when I change my place, I must have a bodyguard. So by is the bodyguard in this sentence. Okay, we have discussed that is intransitive verb. So remember, all the tenses, all the sentences cannot take passive form. Remember, because some sentences are without object, some sentences are with object. So when there is no object, that has no passive form. Again, look at my another sentence. Father gave me a book. Here, me, I will write this clearly so that you can understand me. this one and this one. These are the objects. So this is a sentence. We have double object. Okay, when there are two objects in a sentence, we can take the two verbs, two objects, and change the voice, change the passive form. Look at the passive form. First of all, I will write I, because it is me, it will be I, and gave, that is past tense, gave, it will be was given. I was given what? A book. By whom? By father. Okay, so a book is left here. This is called retained object. Retained object. So remember, this is not living, so this is indirect object, and this is living book. Book is living, so book is direct object, and direct object has become in this sentence retained object. I will again write this one. A book was given whom? A book was given to me by father. So look here, again me is there, it has become retained object. Okay, so I suggest you, when there are two objects in one sentence, remember to take the object that is the indirect object, that is living, and make it your subject of your passive voice. Then you will find it is correct. What will be the then answer? When there are double objects, there are two objects in one sentence, remember to take the living object, that is indirect object, as your subject and do the change. Why? Because here I was given a book by father, a book was given to me by father. I think this is more pleasing, that is, this is more beautiful. Earlier I have told you, when we are doing the voice change, we want to beautify our language. In this way, you must beautify your language in your own sentence when you are using spoken English. Okay, we have discussed many things all about active passive voice and more about passive form of sentence of verb and what are their uses in different sentences. I will discuss in the next class. Today up to this, and so remember to subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can listen what will be discussed in the next class. Thank you everybody.